matter a whit to me are tramping in God's footsteps and doing what he wants, especially regarding you. His Scots-Irish accent grew thicker as emotion built. My calling is to walk you down the aisle and see you waltz off with a good man. The Lord's got the right one for you, and I'll not bind you here to me. We clung to each other in our sorrow after my Maud went to the bosom of the Almighty, and in his infinite mercy the Almighty gave us one another to lean on. She gazed adoringly at Uncle Beau, her only living relative. Lass, grief mellowed into sweet memories, yet we've leaned ourselves right into a rut. Rut? I know you're not talking about emotions, because you just said our grief has mellowed. You taught me resilience, and even moved me into my own house so I'd stand on my own. Slapping away Jethro's hand as he tried to sneak his fourth cookie, Maggie frowned. Surely you aren't calling my pretty house a rut, not when I'm happy as a magpie in her nest. You'd crush my feelings. Feelings cloud the senses, and I've come to mine at long last. Uncle Beau pointed at her. The time's a-comin' for you to meet the future God has planned for you. You ain't getting any younger, Maggie. Pawpaw arched a scruffy brow and didn't even have the grace to look guilty. I'm shocked. Back when your wives were with us, bless their souls, you would never mention a lady's age. As she turned to add almost 7 dozen oatmeal cookies to the goodies in her pie safe, laughter tinted her voice. Time must be sneaking up on you just as fast as it's creeping up on me. Wagging his head side to side, Jethro folded his arms on the tabletop and sagged forward. Old age took us captive the moment we picked up our rifles and fought for the Confederacy. Since we forfeited our larking years, Uncle Beau shared a glance with the others, we reckon time owes you a few extra. He considered it a mark of honor to shield her from the soul-deep burden he carried from the war between the states, so Maggie pretended not to hear the sadness dragging at his voice. First you said I'm getting old, but now you're telling me I'm still young and owed more youth. She made a show of tapping her chin with her forefinger as though deep in thought. That must make me an old maid, Uncle Beau. I'm sure keeping me underfoot makes for a heavy burden, but this will shore you up. She handed a mug of steaming chicory to him. Maggie brewed chicory special for him. Everyone else in Carver's Holler, Arkansas, drank coffee, but she'd do just about anything to make her uncle happy, other than getting married. She held firm to the belief that marriage ought to be grounded in faith and promises of love. The only ground she could claim swirled in the bottom of a chicory pot. You don't listen any better than those bull-headed Belgians out in the barn, Jethro grumbled about the draft horses. Ornery things only do one thing, eat. Neither Adam nor Eve would do a thing for anyone but her, so Maggie couldn't disagree with that part of the comment. I do listen. You've told me I'm tottering on the edge of decrepitude, so let's not waste our limited days nattering about something that isn't going to change. Pleased with how she'd put an end to the conversation, she turned away to get the silverware. It is going to change. Uncle Beau stepped up beside her. That's what I'm telling you. Plain and simple. I've got it pressing on my heart to ask God to send a man for you. The drawer came out completely when she yanked it, flipping silverware into the air as though the cutlery wanted to slice through her hopes of changing the topic. How many times have you told me just because I pray for something, it doesn't mean God's going to follow my wishes? She handed him the empty drawer and knelt to pick up the mess. You taught me to pray for His will, not for my wants. But now you've turned it around. Nothing's turned around at all. Told you it's been pressing heavy on me heart. Sure as can be, God's easing me into letting go of you. Nonsense.